Yo, what's up, guys? We are back with another episode. Phil's not here today because he's not feeling good. So make sure to show him some love in the comments. Smash the like button. There is a plus size activist
Plus size
who,
queen.
or plus size queen, a
Mhm.
mastress. That's not even a word. I'm just making it up. A
That's-
magistrate,
Ah,
empress, a goddess.
all the things.
Who who put out like a 2-minute video talking about the importance of wheelchairs and how it's not just for people that need them. So
Just for the
it's not just for
disabled.
paralyzed people. So before we get into this, just play the clip in a sec. Before she puts the clip, smash the like button, share the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll get into the video right now.
I hate when people say that wheelchairs are only for people who need them. Because when they say that, what they mean is wheelchair users are for people who are paralyzed. But not everyone who is a wheelchair user, who uses a wheelchair, who needs a wheelchair, is paralyzed. Because if you're going to do away with wheelchairs for anyone who has the physical ability to stand for like a couple seconds, I think we should do away with strollers. Because toddlers can stand, they can walk pretty far actually. If you hold their hand, they can get around fine. You know why we use strollers? Because we do need them. We need them. You cannot tell me that we do not need strollers. And we use strollers for kids who are pretty big, right? 4, 5, 6 years old. You're using a stroller because kids get tired. Their muscles are underdeveloped, just haven't gotten the chance to grow yet. And you know what? Some adults need strollers too. And that stroller is a wheelchair. So get the fuck over it. We're not in a mass wheelchair shortage, okay? What is your commitment to making disabled people and fat people suffer all the time? If an accessibility tool makes your life easier, you should fucking use it. Because life fucking sucks, okay? And if it makes the difference between you going outside and not going outside, use the fucking wheelchair and go outside. Because life is so fucking short. And if you really cared about people's health, you would know that going outside is better for your health and well-being than not going outside. And being able to live independently can mean the world's difference to somebody. Because that independence can mean getting to the doctors regularly, or going to the grocery store, or going to be able to pick up your meds. If you actually cared about people's health, you would stop discrediting that.
Yeah.
I was gonna write some notes down, but I guess I just had to go off the top of my head. The things that she said, the two takeaways for me from this video that blow my mind. First one, like, first of all, how are you gonna start a video angry like anyone said anything to you?
It was hot.
The way
She's
she started the
pissed.
video was like, why do people think it has everything? It has nothing to do with people that are paralyzed. People that essentially, she don't want to say it, but they're fat. You know, they should be able to have wheelchairs too.
That's what she said.
But it was just like she came out so aggressive, as if this is like a regular everyday conversation people have on the daily. Like, nobody talks about whether or not you should, who shouldn't be in a wheelchair. Yes, we're all aware of the type of person that should be in a wheelchair, but we do not think to ourselves. If anything, I'm not going to think. My first thought isn't people that are paralyzed need a wheelchair. I think people that need a wheelchair. Like when you're fresh out of the hospital after a car accident, and when you go out of the hospital, at least in the shows, in the shows they put you in a wheelchair, and then all right, have a good one. You know, once you're healed and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
but the fact that she made it about, or tried to, or clearly it was about fat people. The fact that she's offended, triggered that people
talk about.
It's not a conversation people have. No. But like the comparison to regular adult, everyday adults, because she didn't mention fat people having a wheelchair to a toddler in a stroller is insane. Yeah. Well, you're not gonna, and then get angry. You're not gonna convince me that a child doesn't need a stroller. Like, you're just not. Yeah, no one's gonna be convinced of that. No, everyone agrees with that statement.
It's a crazy comparison. We work with kids, so we understand. There's multiple reasons why a toddler would be in a wheelchair. One, because they can't walk for long periods of time because they want to sit down, because they physically can't. They haven't had time to develop.
And she was right. Their muscles aren't fully developed.
Right.
That's what she said.
Crazy.
Yours
also, kids are reckless, yo. They'll run around, do whatever they want. A parent will lose their child. They need a stroller to keep track of them.
Yeah.
Too. Right.
Just lock them in.
Lock it up so they can't get out. Honey, girl, woman, you're
queen.
You are too developed. You know,
overdeveloped.
You did too much. You did the assignment and kept going for no reason.
Yeah, she's.
I'm just saying.
And it says like in her like hashtags chronic disease or chronic illness. It's like I'm not gonna say you don't have an issue that requires you that you struggle with your weight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even coming at you specifically. It's just your general statement, the consensus you've come to on wheelchairs is just incorrect. It's just not. Yeah. And for a majority of people that are overweight, instead of it being about how you want a wheelchair, let's lose some weight. Let's eat some food and let's get some exercise.
Kind of accountability, right?
But I didn't even say take number 2, and we can go back to 1. I just had to get them both out before I forget.
Yeah.
How dare you say you should care about people's health? And it's really important to go outside. And if fat people essentially can't be in a wheelchair, they won't be able to enjoy outside. And then you're not going to care about their health and their well-being. We don't care about your health. You don't care about your health. If you're overweight, if you're significantly overweight and obese, crazy. The fact is, first of all, getting vitamin D is great. Or is it vitamin D, right? Or right? Yeah. But you know what's even greater? Getting vitamin D while going on a walk, going on a jog,
getting that membership,
going to membership to the gym, going for a swim, something, keeping your body active, not sitting in a wheelchair, rolling it on down the street to get some outside air and sun. That's actually insane.
I don't think any person sees a fat person in a wheelchair and is like, they shouldn't have a wheelchair because they're fat. Most people are thinking, I feel bad for you.
Or like I understand. You barely carry yourself.
You have to because you can't walk for long periods of time. But it's like I'm not saying you shouldn't have a wheelchair because you're fat. I'm saying you should lose the weight so you don't have to be in a wheelchair. Yeah. That is a burden. Yeah. No one in a wheelchair wants to be in a wheelchair. And the fact is, you can do something about it. Even with the people
paralyzed can.
That the paralyzed can. Exactly. And totally lost my train of thought. But you can do something about it. And it's irritating because you're just like, I don't want to. I appreciate this lifestyle.
Yeah.
I love this lifestyle of doing whatever I want, eating however I want. And
but you obviously don't
want to work. It's like they don't want to, but they do love it.
They love attention, and this is their means of getting it, but they don't actually love being fat. No fat person is genuine. I don't believe it. If you say you do, you're lying through your teeth. I don't believe any fat person enjoys being fat. I don't think you enjoy walking around, your knees about to break, like out here struggling, having so many knee problems,
bending backwards.
Yeah, like just your body's becoming like breaking because of how much weight is on there that should not be there. Like you cannot convince me that you love that. You might love the benefits of crying about it online and getting millions of views. You might love all that stuff, but it's like you don't love being fat.
No.
And the fact that her two comparisons or two like arguments for why fat people should have wheelchairs is because toddlers have strollers, and that you need to go outside proves that your argument is really stupid.
Right. And I still just can't believe that you tried to make it seem like fat people are like toddlers. Like toddlers literally need to develop, need to grow, but I just can't. You're not going to convince me that a child is in this stroller. That's the part that got me. It's like, you're not going to convince anyone that a child is in this stroller. Children should have strollers. No one's negating that fact. Right. But lose some weight. Like you don't need to get a wheelchair. And anyone that needs a wheelchair should be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and it's not to be insensitive either. Like it's just like it's hard to have like sympathy for people that make a BS like this. It's like I do think that you should get the help that you need and everything, but when you're sitting here making videos trying to guilt trip people who are just based in reality, it's totally wrong. So dissolve.
Even if you have like some kind of like illness that it's harder for you to lose weight. I don't know any illness that allows you to, or that keeps you that big. There's no illness that keeps you that big. You can lose enough weight to where you don't need a wheelchair. That is very possible for you in your life. Because it's saying that you're trying to make it
right. We got a super chat. Jack Chekalinsky. Sorry if I'm butchering it. Hey guys, as a white guy, I have to ask, how do you feel when Democrats link something to slavery that has nothing to do with slavery? It's pretty annoying for sure. I mean,
yeah.
They do
that. Their way of life, like right now, the reason that things are the way they are is because slavery.
Everything's because of slavery.
Right.
Everything that a black person's going through.
I can't stand it. It's just, they just want sympathy versus, doing something. So for sure.
Really dumb. But sweetie, you need help. And I apparently she's an activist.
Good friends.
You need good friends. Well, here's the thing, and that's the thing. People are so delusional nowadays. They don't have people that actually tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Everyone's lying to them. Everyone's telling them you're beautiful, you're great, and you may have a beautiful soul, but objectively you don't look the best. And that's not like, and who can like, should you care what everyone thinks about you? No, you shouldn't care what everyone thinks about you. But you should care about yourself and how you look to yourself.
Right.
You care about your health and how like the longevity of your life, how long it can be. These are all important things that we need to focus on.
And you should never call something beautiful that's unhealthy. Regardless, like you don't want someone to feel ugly ever.
Yeah.
Right. But to say that it's beautiful or not, that the way they look, the way they are, is beautiful just as it is, I think it's kind of crazy. And like, I feel you don't actually care about the person because it's like they won't live long. Like the way she is, she's up there.
Not the hands.
She's up there.
Not the hands.
It's just like heart disease is like the #1 killer in America, right? Like, and it's because of overeating and just obesity as a whole. So
the junk you're putting.
I think if we're calling that beautiful, it's like, okay, I also want you to die early. You know, it's like get in the gym.
Right. There's that aspect of it too.
Right. You know.
Well, people care too much about everyone's feelings.
That's beautiful.
Everything's feeling based nowadays, so you can't do that. It's like you must, what is it called? You must affirm everyone's feelings. I feel, or not even affirm. You must like not allow someone to be like accept the matter, like because you feel bad for these people. You feel bad for people that are, and they almost put themselves in the same category of people that are mentally like not transgenders, although they are, but like people like with Down syndrome. They put themselves in like that scenario of like, I can't help it. Like I'm born this way, and that's just it. And so you must have pity for me, because obviously we look at kids that are people that have Down syndrome. Like, oh man, like they're beautiful. They because there's nothing they can do about it. That's how they were born.
Right.
Some sort of deficiency, and I feel like they want to put themselves in that kind of category. It's the same thing they're trying to do with like minorities and Black people. I feel like they're trying to put us in this thing that's it's like we're in this category that can never be changed and will never be changed, and because of that, we must do everything we can to, I don't know, help them. And however that looks, which is never actually helping them.
It's literally quite the opposite. It's enabling. It's like you said, it is enabling. It's not help. It's putting like a mask or a Band-Aid over like a whatchamacallit,
a gun wound
or a gun wound or whatever.
Gunshot wound or something.
Gunshot. It's like that's what it's doing. It's not really helping you. You feel good in the moment because all the people that are telling you, complimenting you, make you feel good. But then when you step out into reality, that's not how you're going to be perceived.
And it's like I don't want. Like we're not. Because if you're like a fat person, no one's trying to be like insensitive to you, but it's like you said earlier, you're not. It's not beautiful or loving to tell someone a lie or to enable them to believe the way that they're living is okay. And I don't ever want someone to like just to cry or for it terrible because of something I said. But at the same time, sometimes people need that harsh reality or that tough love because that's what's going to help them get to a better place in their life. Like this, like and you know how many TikToks there are where some girl or some guy was like, she said I wasn't enough, or she broke up with me because I was too heavy, or or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And then it pans, beat drops, they're shredded out of their mind, or she's like got the greatest body now, she's so fit. All these guys are in her comments saying, "Oh my gosh, you're so hot," like, or the girls like, "You're so beautiful," or "You were beautiful before." Okay, but like they're saying all these things, and it's like, bring back bullying, you know? I was gonna no, but it's like.
I mean, yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. People
I think that
people can what is it? People can it's not tension. But like when you go through something, like it's almost like how diamonds, coal can turn into a diamond when it goes through all the pressure and everything. You're a better human being when you go through trials and tribulations, or when you go through things that are tough, things that are hard, because you can when you push through those things. And back there was a time in history where we were taught to push through these things, to work on these things, work on yourself. Things are going to be tough, things are going to be hard, but you can persevere if you persevere, if you have the will, the gumption is not the right word I was thinking of, but like to just persevere and fight through these tough times, you will come out better on the other side. That is like a message you've been told like your whole life up until recently. Now it's like, no, where you're at is fine. As a matter of fact, change everything about yourself to make yourself feel like your true self. Like, which doesn't make any sense, because your true self
in the most unhealthy way possible.
Yeah, and it has done nothing but ruin our society, ruin our culture, and ruin the world in a lot of negative ways, and cause a huge, massive rift and divide. And so we got plus size activists out here doing nonsense like this, spouting nonsense like this. That's not helping anyone. And unfortunately, people are going to take that and run with it. And like, exactly. And then we'll play this other clip that I wanted to show you guys to show another side of the craziness going on in the world. And I don't know if this is actually Disney, so that's why I didn't put it in the title. But it's someone says Disney Princesses in 2023 be like, but I do know Disney does have this happening. So we'll play the clip and then we'll talk about it. It's only 10 seconds.
Yep.
Disney Princess in 2023 at a urinal. A bunch of dudes in dresses sitting in a urinal. And I know, I remember I made a video of this male with a mustache going up to a little girl who was playing. I don't know if he was playing a Disney princess or he was playing some sort of character in Disney. Clearly, it was a woman. He was a male, dressed like it. And I was like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they trying to normalize this? Why is this happening? And it's over and over and over again that the societal like shift, a culture war is just confusing to people. We're grown and like we know it's not real, we know it's fake, but it's being accepted and normalized. And it is confusing young children because we know kids. You're not a girl, you're a boy. Yeah. Oh no, I'm actually non-binary. Oh no, I'm actually this. Is like, no, my mom said this. It's like there's a small group of people that believe and act and behave this way, and then the majority of people, and then there's a large group of people that that enable and accept and are claiming to be loving towards this group of people. And there's a whole nother large group of people that are like, this is insane. This is messed up. Get that out of here. Well, we've just completely disregarded the people that are like based in reality and are like, no, this is not okay. And we've just allowed, I mean, we haven't, but like the media and all these people are out here trying to normalize it, which is why, as much as people like hate him, Andrew Tate, this is why he became so popular so quick. This is why podcasts like Fresh and Fit become popular so quick. Do they have the negative things that they say and the negative perception based off things they've probably said or even done? Yes.
Yeah.
But when they're cutting through the BS of like this woke nonsense that's coming through, and I don't even know if they all claim to be like conservative Republican. They obviously don't behave conservatively or Christian or people like a faith that live that hold God to whatever. But people want to listen to that because they're like, these people in this specific thing that they're saying is real. It's true. Yeah. Kevin Samuels, like there was like, God, no guy wants to deal with that. No girl wants when the girls nowadays that are doing all this stuff are, what they call 304s or whatever. It's like people, they're just stating what everyone knows to be true so simply, and it's like people gravitate towards truth. And that's just is what it is.
Millions of followers overnight. It's like finally someone saying all the stuff I've been thinking for years. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
The world around me is going crazy, and there's some slimmer of truth, and that's why everybody is coming so hard at these people. It's not just because of the crazy stuff they say, because they do have some out of pocket stuff they say. They'll focus on that and try to make that the reason why they're coming against it. But in reality, they don't like someone opposing their identity, opposing everything.
Because Mike, it's annoying, and it's like, but the thing they always say, what frustrates me, one of the many things that frustrates me is when they go, "Why do you care?" They always jump to the "Why do you care?"
Yeah,
why do you care? Because I care about truth. I care about the youth.
Right.
I care about the direction the world is going. What you're saying is harmful to it. What you're saying, what you're pushing, is not going to benefit anybody in the long run, and it's only it's continuously making people more confused and more unaware of like what they are supposed to do. Like that one girl on the What Is Woman documentary who transitioned to a man saying, I don't even know how much longer I'm going to live because all the things they probably pumped into my body. There's not years and years of research of transitioning. This is all brand new, and we're out here trying to advocate and push younger people to even get involved in it. These things are ruining the world, and we come against it. And it's, why do you care? Why don't you care? That's the issue. That's the question. Why don't you care? And how are you so quick to, like, people? It's weird because people their whole lives have, when you're raised in the kind of family, and there's certain things you're just unwilling to ever change your mind on because this is what I know to be true, because this is what I was raised on. This is what you think. Like with us, it's God. Like, I know he's real, and he is, but like, I'm for sure never going to not believe that based off everything I've gone through in my life. With this specific thing, I don't know what it is, like some sort of voodoo magic that made people just decide that they're gonna no longer believe that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and then now you can just switch. That was something that no one would ever accepted. I mean, yeah, sure, there's John Money and Alfred Kinsey or whatever back in the day who did those experiments, and John Money did those experiments on kids and like was trying to experiment into this weird, the transgenderism thing. But like as a whole, the general population was like, "Nah, that's crazy. That's wacko. Obviously, you are what you are." End of discussion. Why are we even making this thing? But now we've created a whole other form of confusion, just based off a few years of propaganda and pushing. So
nonstop and in your face in every form of media. I just will never understand how we made it to this place in our society where we just ignore reality when it comes to putting stuff in your body. Like we'd say, don't do drugs. That was like the thing for years and years and years.
That's his hormone.
Don't inject stuff into your body because it's harmful and damaging and has long-lasting effects. Right? We were taught that all our lives as kids. Do they even say that anymore? I don't know. That might not be a thing. But when you want to transition and go from a boy to a girl, oh, for sure, just put all this stuff in your body. It's like it's who you really are. Who cares if you die early?
Yeah,
as long as you're living your true. Like they don't say the die early. Who cares about? Let's ignore all the facts, the science of what this will actually do to someone, and just this is how I feel, and this is how whatever. And yeah, kids should transition at 5. And yeah, why would you not teach your kids that? This is the reality of the world we live in. Like what?
Times are changing. Transphobia is no longer rampant. Homophobia is no longer a thing.
You should be afraid of it. You should be afraid, not necessarily afraid, but you should not accept that you are allowing little children to die early. They might not even make it to like 30.
Right. You should fear the fact that lies are being presented as truth. You should fear that that's something that's happening in the world. That is something to fear, because if truth is no longer the basis or a foundation of what we live by, then we are living in hell. So a form of it. And like you just said, like with the thing about what you're putting in your body, like they always told us a long-lasting effects, blah blah blah. Now it's like, oh, totally reversible. Stop yourself from going through puberty, and don't worry. Just as soon as you stop taking the drugs or stop doing whatever, you'll go right back to where you were before. And that's not true.
Total BS.
And there's lots of like,
how do they get away with
and there's from the few cities that there even are, I'm told that like people that do inject these things that aren't supposed to naturally, your body doesn't naturally produce these things. You can get cancer and a lot of things going forward. And I'm not a doctor. I didn't do the research or study myself. It's something I heard. So I'm not. It's allegedly, but like,
right. I mean, if not cancer, something else. Because that's not.
If it's not natural,
in your body.
Yeah, out here, like you want organic food, you want natural body wash and all these things, but let me pump all this unnatural stuff and say that it's totally fine.
Yeah. And then it's come at the people that take steroids. Yeah. How dare you do that to look big?
Right.
But hey, me, I'm just trying to be my true self.
And you
can't stand
the true self. Thing is, you are trying to be the furthest from your true self. That's the thing. You're trying to do everything in your power to not be you. Yeah. That's why you're doing what you're doing. That's insane.
I still can't believe it. This Disney princess thing, like, it hurts me, especially because just thinking about what Disneyland will look like, or Disney World will look like in the future when kids go there and it's like, oh my goodness, it's Rapunzel, oh my goodness, it's Cinderella and all this. But like, wait a minute, why your voice kind of why what's that thing in your throat? Like kids are gonna be like, Mom, that doesn't look like
my name's
you.
Snow White. Hi, I'm Prince Charming.
Like I'm saying, bro, like kids are gonna go to these places because definitely with the direction Disney's heading, they're trying to slowly add trans.
And outside of like even this is what they're publicly doing, right?
Yeah,
but who knows what they're doing behind closed doors? I mean, there's already been so many things. Why are so many freaking Disney employees pedophiles? And why? And honestly, I've heard like lots of children have gone missing at Disney World. And here's the thing: lots of children have gone missing all over the world, and that stuff doesn't get freaking broadcasted. But I'm just saying, like, oh, we got to talk about this another time. Did you hear about the Ebony Alert?
I did,
or something like that.
I still can't believe it. I literally.
Y'all hear about that? Comment down below if y'all heard about the Ebony Alert, and also make sure to smash the like button. I completely forgot to tell you, we're also live on your channel.
Good to know.
Yeah, I completely forgot. But all Isaac's people, subscribe. Or subscribe to me. That's not what I meant to say. I was gonna say all my people subscribe to Isaac, but since I said his first, we'll just do a little subscribe action. Subscribe to each other. But and smash the like button, guys. It really helps with the algorithm. Post the video, boost the video. Comment. We want to hear what you have to say. If you have anything else to say, let me check this chat real quick. What are you guys saying in the chat?
Yeah, I'm so sick of this transgender, like that more than anything doesn't make sense. And I think I heard this a while ago, and Someone said being transracial makes more sense than being transgender, which is you literally could be transracial because there's like mixed people. You know, you could be white or you could be black.
Whoa.
What?
Not people out here. I can't pay for a gym and I don't eat too much junk either. You guys, I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. That's an excuse. It's an excuse. Like, what do you spend money on? And like, I'm not gonna say act like I know your budget and know your finances. I'm not going to. But let me just say this: even if you can't go to a gym, you can go for a run. That's free. Go to a park. There's some parks that have pull-up bars. You can do pull-ups. You can do chin-ups. You can do push-ups. You can do free weights or not free weights. You can pick up a freaking tree trunk or something. Not like that's already obviously down. You can't rip it out the ground or from its roots. But like, there's ways to get exercise if you really want to. 24 hours in a day. If you want it, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that you want to do in life that you do all the time, how do you do them? Because you really want to. If you really want it, you'll get it. And that, 100%. Like, bottom line is, there's a way to do it. Like, and like, yes, some people are more privileged than others. Some people, it's easier for them. Some people have it like, also, there's like some people, you have a gym at your apartment complex. Some people have a gym at their work. There's like some people like have become friends with someone that has a Planet Fitness membership, $20 Black Card membership. You literally go with them for free every single day. There's ways to get around the I don't have money to pay for a gym membership, and I think it's an excuse a lot of people use to hold themselves back from progressing. And here's the thing: I have not even been faithful to the gym. I will admit that myself. I've been on and off for honestly years, but like currently I've been off for a minute, and I need to get back into it. But I'm not making the excuse of, I don't have time, because I am a busy guy. I work full time, plus I'm trying to do this whole social media thing on the outside. I have a lot of things. I have a girlfriend. I have like friends and family, and trying to create business and all this stuff I'm trying to do. And I can make the excuse, I just don't have time for the gym. And I have made that excuse, but it's a lie, because I can go to the gym. I can find a way to work out. I can go for a walk. I can go for a run. If I really wanted it, I would have it. And I have really wanted it before, because I've been in great shape before. So like, it's all dependent on whether or not you desire to be the healthiest version of yourself. And I'm no shade, no hate to the ones that don't want that or unwilling to do that, but it's because of you. It's not because of your circumstances on why you are not where you should be. So in terms of your fitness and everything, honestly,
that's bars. So,
but I, no hate to y'all, for real. Blessings, Titus. Thank you. And obviously, if you have a medical condition, that's different too. I'm not trying to come at you. Someone said I have lupus and stuff. Well, yeah. Like, if you have like something that's actually harming you. Oh, Tara's in here.
Tara.
Yo. That's Tara Young. What's up, Tara? She used to be on our Smith Bros Now Mansplaining podcast that we've not been posting on at all. Yo, is Whit here too? Shout out to y'all. Yeah. A nation of woke wussies. Greetings from Anchorage, Alaska. Did I say that right? No, Anchorage. That's crazy. Anchorage is crazy. Sorry, Roy. Anchorage, Alaska. Pushes and setups anytime, anywhere. Exactly. So don't make no excuses. Smash the like button, guys. The like button is not getting a lot of love today, so make sure you smash that and make sure to subscribe. Let's get this going. I just feel like this is something that needs to be addressed, because this is like I talk about a lot of like things that come out, and it's usually like a controversial thing. I mean, I guess this can be considered controversial too. I don't think so. Like, not being fat should not be a controversial thing to say. You shouldn't be. But sometimes I like just talking about the everyday life stuff too. Like, everyday life stuff, like being in. Hey, you don't need a wheelchair. Or you shouldn't need a wheelchair. That's not something that should have been the beginning of the video. You don't need a wheelchair, but I understand it. Like, if she would have presented the video like, I don't need a wheelchair, but because I'm so overweight, I think it's necessary. Because I promise you, this isn't an argument that people are having on a day. You said this at the beginning. No one's talking about whether or not fat people should have wheelchairs or not. No one's saying, oh my gosh, stop making wheelchairs because all the ones that are here need to be for the paralyzed. No one was thinking that. But like, if she would have said, I'm overweight, really overweight, and it's just really hard for me to walk sometimes because my joints, so much weight on my knees. And like, I understand I'm very fat, but like, I just don't honestly have time or don't want to work out. So I want to use a wheelchair so I can go for a stroll in the sun. Yes, you would. Yes, people will look down on you because that sounds like a lazy thing to do. So it's just why she made obviously presented the argument as like, how dare you say that only paralyzed people should have wheelchairs? But like,
crazy. That's the first response for her. Like, let me get a wheelchair versus maybe the way I'm living, the lifestyle I have, my way of life isn't convenient, and let me try to like not have to live this way anymore by losing weight so that you can just live life day to day, getting up just to go to the bathroom. I'm sure
it's gotta hurt.
The whole, like,
yo, how about I get up, my back hurts sometimes. I'm like, imagine if I was 50 pounds heavier or 100 pounds. I wake up like, my back, and then I'm like, ooh, imagine if I was fat. Man, I'd be like, back, neck, my neck, my back. I'm just saying, bro.
Okay, yeah, but not like the everyday stuff, not just going out in the sun and going on a roll. Like that's crazy. Like I couldn't imagine struggling just to get out of bed and then thinking, oh, you know what? I have a wheelchair, so it's fine. Like, no.
Someone said Disney won't be around much longer. I've heard.
Who knows?
That's a surprise.
I've heard so many things about, oh yeah, this is the end for Disney. It never happens.
Yeah,
so
going
we'll
nowhere.
See.
Someone said, get your big ASS outside and walk. Let them know, brother.
Walk. Just do something. Get active.
Yeah.
Remember when you had to be active 60 minutes a day in like elementary school? Because it's good for your health. But
no, it's not.
But
wheelchairs are good for your health.
Now, people are like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to eat my Taco Bell and roll in my wheelchair.
Yo, honestly, here's one thing I will say. This is tips for free, guys. I'm not saying I've done this perfectly because I have not. I had some junk food yesterday. But when you eat healthy, like really healthy, your body feels better. When you eat, when you move, even when you work out and you put yourself through that pain, it's no pain, no gain, whatever. You're not only gaining a muscle and like strength, you feel better even after a workout. Like your body feels like relaxed and loose and strong, and like it's better. It's a better way. Yeah, you can, like, there's these juice heads obviously online that like broke out of their mind or on roids, and no one's saying you got to be shredded or you got to be toned. It's like just looking regular. Like what happened to everyday average human beings in the 1950s wearing their like suits every day and their modest dresses? They all were, people will go back to that. Like conservatives a lot of time will take a picture from back then and back when people were skinny, beautiful, and classy, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, right. But they weren't shredded. These men weren't so muscular and huge and ripped out. Some of them might have been, but like they're just like good, average, like, fit, in shape. Water weight probably wasn't insane. They probably weighed like a healthy, BMI to their height, and like it wasn't anything crazy. And most people just looked better. Now, obviously, there's still fat people than that, obviously,
right?
But it was gluttony wasn't as popularized then, or normal.
That was the exception. Now, like skinny is, like we've become so
now skinny is the exception.
Literally, that's so crazy.
Literally, the most obese country in the world, I believe.
Yeah, but it's people's choice. At the end of the day, there's always exceptions to the rule, but majority of people that are overweight and a lot of the stuff that people get, like the minor stuff that people get, like illnesses, comes because of their weight,
right?
And if you lose it, that goes away with it too. But it's all about a choice, man. You just got to decide, like, do I want, like you were saying, do I want this or not?
Yeah,
because if you do,
that's how it is with anything in life.
Literally anything.
Do you want it or do you not want it? And that's bottom line. I promise you, what I desire and where I am, like I'm gonna get there. But I promise you, if I apply myself even more than I have, I'd be there already, or at least a lot closer. Like everything I've done in my life, like I'm a very visionary person. I have all these things in my head that I think are so cool that I want to do, and I'm like super pumped about it, and I'm like passionate, and like I notice like when a day is over or a week is over, I'm like, man, I did this for like an hour. I could have been doing this the whole time, or I did this for like this period of time. I could have been doing this. I was on my phone scrolling, looking at anime, TikTok or something. And it's like, as cool as it was to see that those 60-second videos of like theories and whatever. And I'm not saying it's wrong to splurge on sometimes just looking at this stuff, but had I not spent all that time doing that, I could have spent all that time building something, growing something. Mm-hmm. It's all about applying yourself. And if you don't, and like, you're gonna get what you put in. What is it? What you put in, you're gonna get out. Whatever you put in, you're gonna get out. Yeah. So, bottom line, I'm like slacking on all the things today. I like don't know. I'm like, what's in my head? Anyways, but yeah, that's what we pretty much all we got, right? You got anything else you want to talk about, guys? Make sure to like, subscribe, smash the like button. That's really important. Comment below what your thoughts are on this video. If you have any topics for the future, you want to say anything to your audience? We skedaddle.
Shout out to the homies. It's been a minute.
Shout out to the homies. That's why I put you on. I was like, I can't speak English. We got to get you on. She's just looking at me like, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? And let me just say a lot of things. So smash the like button. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Stay trigger, my friends.